couple milli now. I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting. Hear my name around the world like an explosion. Choppers, better took those risks. One of my fists, we fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look to my eyes, I'm on the rise.
Hello, fellow Spellstone magicians. So this is going to be a quick overview of my deck. Here's the deck list. I did make a couple of changes since those duels in the video. Spellbook of Power has since changed to Spellbook of Wisdom, and the reason is because before you couldn't activate Power but send Power as well. So if you had to use Knowledge on Power, you would miss out on spell counters, right? So the equivalence would be like if you had, let's say, a baby jackal on in your hand, sorry, on the field. Well, if you had only power and knowledge, you couldn't activate power and then knowledge. Here with wisdom, right? You can activate knowledge and then chain wisdom to it, right? And then you can send wisdom from the effect of knowledge, but you still get spell counters from the activation of wisdom. So there you go. Additionally, I did add Crowley. I did not realize he was dark. I thought that he was light. So I did also add him. And then for just a quick rundown of my extra deck and why. Big guy is good for going second, still opponent's monsters. This one pops cards, pops spells and traps up to number of spell cards, which we obviously have. And then there is this one is kind of a filler. But the cool part is that he does summon a dark spellcaster from your hand or deck if he's destroyed by your opponent. Like I said, and also he pops a card when he uses his flow, but it's mostly filler. I never used it. Mind Hacker to snipe things like Zeus. Crowley, you already know what Crowley's for. Weaver's Apprentice is just because it's a Link 2, but also its effect is pretty neat considering you're playing a dark deck and you're supposed to be fighting in light deck. IP is pretty obvious. Beyond the Pendulum, pretty obvious. The Sky Striker Azalea, pop a card turn 2 is IP target really. Same for Unicorn. This is used more as a bridge into access code, and then Unchained Abomination is also typically a IP target, and that's about it. Now there are some other cards you could use that I did not get a chance to use because the event is kind of short. And, I kind of like to get these videos out kind of as soon as possible and not really get too close to the end of the event. But Jester Confit is one that could work in his deck as a second starter, just so that you're not forced to be using just souls as your starter. So with Jester Confit, you can kind of get yourself kind of going a little bit easier. Like if you have knowledge, for example, you don't have to hope or try to draw to get either chaos or souls, or possibly this if you have Citadel on the field. You can just summon this, and its special summon effect isn't a hard once per turn. It's not even a soft once per turn. So that's also another good one you can use. The other one that I have not tested is Dark Magic Veil. This can allow you to get out an Endymion or Jackal King pretty early. So what you could do is, like, if it's in your hand, right, you can just summon the Endymion or the Jackal King. Or if you have this and this, you can use souls to dump it, and then use Dark Magic Veil. And then obviously, of course, there's also the good old reliable Monster Reborn as well that you can add in here. And that will be all.